You wake up, and the sky's already burning. Not sunrise, not light, fire. You step outside, and the air hits you. Hot, dry, wrong. People are running, not walking, not talking, running. Something has gone very, very wrong. This is Chicago, October 8th, 1871. And by the time this is over, your entire world will be gone. Before the fire, Chicago doesn't feel fragile. It feels alive. You step into the street, and everything is moving. Wagons roll past you, wheels grinding into dirt and wood. Horses breathe heavily, their hooves striking hollow-sounding sidewalks. You notice it immediately. The ground beneath you isn't stone, it's wood. You look around, sidewalks, wood, houses, wood, shops, warehouses, fences, wood. Even parts of the road are layered with wooden blocks, worn down by constant traffic. The city wasn't built to last. It was built to grow, fast, too fast. You pass tightly packed buildings, wall against wall, leaving almost no space between them. No gaps, no barriers. If one burns, the next one follows. But no one is thinking about that, because this is normal. This is progress. You hear voices, different accents blending together. Immigrants, workers, traders. Chicago is expanding every single day. New buildings go up as quickly as others settle into the mud. There's no time for stone, no time for safety, only time for opportunity. You walk closer to the river. Docks stretch out, loaded with lumber, fresh-cut wood stacked high, more fuel waiting silently. The air feels strange, dry, not just warm, dry in a way that sticks to your throat. Weeks have passed without real rain. Dust lifts with every step. Wood cracks quietly in the heat. Even the wind feels different. It moves freely through the streets. Nothing to stop it. You pause. For a moment, everything seems normal. People working, children running, voices echoing between buildings, a city full of life. But underneath it, everything is ready to burn. All it needs is a spark. It starts quietly. So quietly, you almost miss it. The night feels ordinary, dark, still, familiar. Somewhere on the west side, near a small wooden barn, something changes. A flicker, a glow where there shouldn't be one. At first, it looks harmless. Just a small flame licking the side of dry wood. You've seen this before. Everyone has. Chicago is a city where fire is common. Kitchens burn, chimneys fail, lamps fall. Nothing unusual, nothing dangerous, not yet. But tonight, the conditions are different. The air is dry, unnaturally dry. Weeks without rain have drained every bit of moisture from the city. Wood cracks under pressure. Dust lifts too easily. Even your breath feels sharp. Then the wind shifts. You feel it before you understand it. A steady push, turning into something stronger, more aggressive. The flame reacts instantly. It stretches, grows, feeds, not slowly, but suddenly. The side of the barn ignites, then the roof, then everything. Now it's no longer a flame, it's a fire, and it's alive. You step closer just for a moment, and the heat hits you harder than expected, too strong for something so small. You take a step back. Others notice now. Voices rise. Someone shouts. Buckets appear. But there's hesitation, because something feels wrong. The fire isn't behaving the way it should. It doesn't stay contained. It doesn't wait. It moves. A burst of wind, stronger now, lifts burning fragments into the air. Tiny pieces of fire, floating, drifting, then landing on a roof, on a fence, on another building, and suddenly, there is more than one fire. You turn your head. Another glow, then another. The night is changing. The darkness is breaking apart, replaced by orange light. The sky itself begins to flicker. What started as a single point is now spreading in multiple directions. Too fast. Faster than people can react. Faster than water can reach. You hear confusion now. Not panic yet, but close. Orders shouted, names called, no one fully understanding what they're looking at. Because this is the moment when control is lost. The wind grows louder, not just a breeze anymore, but a force. It pushes the flames forward, feeding them, guiding them, accelerating them, and the city doesn't resist. It accepts. Wood catches instantly. Walls ignite like paper. Roofs don't burn. They explode into flame. You realize something terrifying. This isn't a fire you can fight. This is a fire that's choosing where to go next. And it's choosing quickly. You look back at where it started, but it's already unrecognizable. Gone, consumed, replaced by something bigger, something unstoppable. The night is no longer dark. It's glowing, breathing, expanding, and deep down, before anyone says it out loud, you understand this is only the beginning. You look up, and something feels wrong. The fire isn't staying where it started. It's moving, not spreading slowly, not crawling from one wall to the next. It's jumping. The wind howls through the streets, not like a breeze, but like something alive. You hear it before you understand it, a deep, constant roar, mixed with cracking wood and distant screams. Then you see it. Pieces of fire, actual pieces, lifted into the air, burning wood, glowing embers, fragments of rooftops. They rise, float, and then fall. Not nearby, far, too far. You turn your head, and suddenly there's another fire, then another, and another. Different streets, different blocks, all burning at the same time. You try to make sense of it, but there is no center anymore, no single source. The fire is everywhere. The heat intensifies. It presses against your skin like opening an oven door. But it doesn't stop. It grows. Breathing becomes harder. The air is thick, filled with smoke, ash, and something bitter. Every inhale burns. You cover your mouth. It doesn't help. Around you, people slow down. Some stop. Not because they want to, because they can't understand what they're seeing. This isn't a normal fire. Fires don't behave like this. Fires don't travel through the sky. Fires don't multiply. But this one does. This one feeds on everything. The wooden buildings, tight, dry, endless, turn into fuel the moment they ignite. One house lights up, and within seconds, the entire block follows. No gap, no pause, no time. The wind changes direction, and with it, the fire turns, like it's choosing where to go next. You realize something terrifying. You can't outrun this, because it's not chasing you from behind. It's appearing in front of you, cutting you off. Every path you think is safe is already burning. A loud crack echoes above. You look up. Too late. Part of a roof collapses in flames, sending a wave of sparks into the street. People scatter. Someone falls. No one stops. The ground itself is no longer safe. Burning debris rains down like fire from the sky. The sound grows louder. Not just fire now, but destruction. Walls collapsing, glass exploding, structures giving up all at once. And through it all, that same roar, constant, hungry, endless. This is no longer a fire. This is a system, a force, a storm made of heat and wind and flame, a firestorm. And you are standing inside it. Now everyone understands this is not a fire you wait out, not a fire you control. This is a fire you run from. The street is no longer a street. It's movement, panic, noise. You hear footsteps before you see people, fast, heavy, desperate. Then they appear, men shouting, women pulling children by the arm, someone carrying a chair, someone carrying nothing at all. You don't decide to run. Your body decides for you. You move with them. The air is changing, thicker now, harder to breathe. Smoke fills your mouth before your lungs. You cough once, twice, and then you stop trying to control it. All around you, the same sound, people choking on the air. A horse breaks free from a wagon. It runs straight through the crowd. No direction, just fear. The wagon tips, wood cracks against stone, and everything inside spills into the street. No one stops, no one helps, because behind you, there's a sound, not an explosion, not a collapse, something worse, a constant roar, like the city itself is burning alive. You turn your head, and you see it. Flames higher than buildings, moving faster than they should, not climbing, chasing. You feel heat on your back now, even without turning. You know it's getting closer. People start dropping things. First bags, then boxes, then everything, because speed matters more than memory. A child is crying somewhere near you. You can't see where. You don't look, because if you stop, even for a second, you might not start again. The street narrows. Too many people, not enough space, bodies pressed together. Someone falls. You don't see how. But suddenly, they're gone, swallowed by the crowd, and no one turns around. You reach an open area, the river ahead, dark water reflecting orange light. For a moment, people slow down, not stop, but hesitate, because this is supposed to be safety. Water stops fire. That's what you've always known. That's what everyone believes. You hear voices, "Go to the river. Stay near the water. It's safe there." You step closer. The heat is still behind you. The smoke still follows. But here, there's space, breathing room, hope. People gather at the edge. Some drop to their knees. Some just stare at the flames across the city, waiting, hoping that this is where it ends. You push through the crowd, shoulder to shoulder, breath to breath, until the ground opens up in front of you. The river, wide, dark, moving. For a moment, it feels like safety. People are already gathered along the edge. Some kneel, some pray, some just stare, frozen, watching the other side burn. You hear it before you fully see it. A deep, roaring sound, not like a normal fire. This is louder, heavier, alive. Across the river, buildings are collapsing into flame. Roofs cave in. Walls disappear. Sparks rise into the sky like swarms of fireflies. Except they don't fade. They travel, carried by the wind. You feel that wind now, hot, unnatural. It pushes against your face, your chest, like the city itself is breathing fire at you. A man next to you says something. You don't hear the words, because in that moment, everyone sees it. A piece of burning debris lifts into the air, slow at first, then faster, carried higher and higher, until it crosses the river. For a second, no one moves, no one speaks. It lands on a rooftop behind you. A small flame appears, almost nothing. Then the wind hits it, and it grows. Instantly, too fast. Another ember lands, then another. Now multiple fires are starting at once. Behind you, beside you, everywhere. The realization spreads faster than the flames. The river won't save you. It never could. Panic breaks the silence. People start running again. But now there is no direction, no safe side. You turn in circles trying to choose left, right, anywhere. But everywhere looks the same. Fire, smoke, fear. The air thickens. Each breath burns your throat. Ash falls around you like black snow, settling on clothes, on skin, on everything. You look back at the river one last time. not as a barrier, but as a mirror, reflecting a city that is no longer two sides, but one continuous fire. And in that moment, you understand, there is nowhere left to go. You think it can't get worse, but it does. The fire is no longer spreading, it's consuming. Entire blocks vanish in minutes. You stand at a distance, but even here, the heat reaches you. It presses against your skin, dries your throat, makes every breath feel tjailum, almost impossible. The air itself feels like fire. You look ahead, and buildings aren't just burning anymore. They're collapsing one by one. A roof caves in, sending a wave of sparks into the sky. Walls tilt, hesitate, then fall. The sound is deep, heavy, like the city is breaking apart. You hear glass shatter, metal bend, wood explode into embers. Everything that once felt solid now looks temporary, fragile. You try to move closer, but people pull you back. Too dangerous, too late. Nothing can be saved now. You turn and see families watching from a distance. Silent, no screaming anymore, no panic, just shock. They're watching their lives disappear. Homes, shops, streets they walked every day, gone. The fire doesn't slow down, it grows stronger, feeding on everything the city built. The wind howls, pushing flames forward like a living force. You realize something. This is no longer a disaster you can escape. This is something you can only survive. Hours pass, but it feels like seconds, because there is no pause, no relief, just constant destruction. The skyline changes in front of your eyes. Familiar places erased, replaced by fire, replaced by nothing. And then you understand the truth. Chicago isn't burning anymore. It's already gone. Then rain, finally. But it doesn't save the city. It just ends it. You walk through what's left. No noise, no movement, just ash. Over 100,000 people. Homeless, a city erased. You don't just witness the Great Chicago Fire, you understand something terrifying. A city can feel permanent. Until one night, it isn't.